When I was a child, I have a dream to going abroad. At that time, I have no idea how can I get myself to explore the beauty of the world. Until last year, I had an opportunity to explore some of European countries for 5 months. It is really a great experience, possibly the most amazing experience I have ever had. There, I meet with lots of amazing people from around the world. We tell each other a story, culture, foods, and any interesting things we had. Above of all that great moment, the most exciting conversation we had is when we are telling our story. How can we get a scholarship? After talking with them, I found out that they have one common thing. They had a strong letter of recommendation. Letter of recommendation is a letter that people give to you based on your performance. If they are interested to work with you more closely, they will happily make one. The one usually give a letter of recommendation is a lecturer, head of department, dean, rector, professor, and other highly positioned people. Basically, everyone can make a letter of recommendation. But the higher the position of the person that gives you the letter of recommendation, the higher the value of the letter. Most of the time, we need a letter of recommendation is to apply for a scholarship abroad. So, the one that suits best for our case is people from inside the institution. We want to get preferably from the rector of the university, or you can ask from the professor there. Let's back to our discussion. If you want to study abroad, letter of recommendation is one document that you must fulfill. At the minimum, you should get a letter of recommendation at least from a lecturer in your dream school. The problem is, how can we get one? We have no idea how to get a letter of recommendation, yet alone how to get a contact with one of the professors overseas. So in this video, we will talk about how can we meet a professor overseas and how we can get a letter of recommendation. Firstly, I want to tell you that today the world is connected through the world. The world is connected through the internet. You can send a message from one side of the earth all the way to the other side of the world. Basically, you can contact anyone in the earth with the power of internet through your fingertips. Now, we know that we can contact our potential professor. The standard protocol to send a message is via email. So all the way we need to do is looking for professor email, but not straightforward to asking a letter of recommendation. Before you ask for one, you should tell them first that you are interested to working closely with him. My best way to get a letter of recommendation is to look for a professor that is actively doing his research. Find the field that you excited the most and tell them that you are interested with their project. Then introduce yourself and ask them if you can help. Of course, you should have the basic ability to work on their research. When you get working on their research, it is your time to give the best out of yourself. Do it right and be clear with the professor. They will proud of you and they will need you in the future. After you had finished several projects, now you can ask one. Usually we're asking for the letter of recommendation when we need it, like we are going to apply for a scholarship. Then you can ask the professor to make a letter of recommendation. Now we know the step to get a letter of recommendation. Next, we need a way to find a professor that might be sending us a letter of recommendation. First is Twitter. Twitter is an online social networking that lets its users to post and interact with each other through tweets. We usually use Twitter for memes and funny stories. But if you dig in the other side of Twitter, there's a lot of awesome people from student, lecturer, professor, professional, and a lot more. The good thing about Twitter, you can actually send them a message or tweets right away. This is a big opportunity that you can expand to your networking. Just be nice and people be following you. Start with looking for a people that is working in your field and try to follow them. Then keep to interacting with them. Slowly they will notice you and you can jump in helping them doing their research. Sometimes they will hearing people right away too, so don't miss it the opportunity. Second, you can meet your potential letter of recommendation to join an international conferences. Usually every year there's a lot of conference events that will inviting professor overseas. Big plus when you are attending the event, you will get an ideas about what is our latest cutting edge technology of human being. You can choose the one that spark your excitement, and after the presentation, you can ask directly the professor that you are interested, and sure, the professor will be happy to meet you, possibly to ask you to help their research. At least you should get their name card so you can ask them later. And the last tips is to join a community. This is one a bit tricky, that you should join and collaborate with people inside. Although the chance that you will meet a professor is small, there is still a chance. This is how I get one. When I wandering around in the community, I found someone that is looking for volunteer to working on their project. And I do not believe that person behind this is an active professor that is working on his project. When you have a contact with the professor outside, your academic life will be much exciting. You will face it with real cutting-edge problem, join the research, and get a recognition with your works in helping them. So that's a 3 way to finding a professor that might make you a letter of recommendation. To achieve a great things, it needs a great effort. Try to push your potential and achieve the best things out of you. So that's it for today. Keep creative and see you next time. So that was my attempt on finishing my final project of English 3 Institut Teknologi Nasional Bandung 2019. Here is the position, action, and benefits all the way to making the outline for the text. Position is how can we get one? We have no idea how to get a letter of recommendation, yet alone how to get a contact with one of the professor overseas. Action is my way to get the letter of recommendation and my way to get a letter of recommendation and 3 places that you can find a potential professor. Lastly, the benefit is excited to work on cutting-edge science topics, get a recognition from your works helping the professor, and get a powerful letter of recommendation. Next, we can make a mind map to mapping 5W and Y1H from each the position, action, and benefits. And the last thing, we can make an outline based from the mind map. And finally, we can make a text based on the outline, the one that you have heard all the way in the videos. So that's it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Check out my activities when I was in Europe. Click on the playlist on the right side.